Okay, are we here? We're here. Everybody, welcome. It is, it is the shit show of the season. Thank you for coming. I don't know if you guys could even hear me, but I am having a night. I'm having a night. So for anybody that's here right now, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, welcome on in to the Glam Shop show. So I'm just going to try to adjust my camera here. I have my phone. I have my phone switched so I couldn't see anything. So I was using my monitor on my computer, like signing into YouTube to be able to see what was going on. And then right as I signed on, my computer died. So that was fun. So we're just going to hang out and have a casual little Glam Shop swatch night. Obviously on my phone. So it's all good. So you guys can all hear me and see me. Thank you so much. Again, you guys are stellar for sticking in. So my camera, sometimes it wants to connect and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if the cord is possessed. I don't know if maybe my camera was just jealous of all of the pretty sparkly things that we're going to be swatching tonight. You guys can't even see. I am wearing my sparkly shirt for tonight's festivity. So I'm going to see, I'm like literally propping my phone up with makeup brushes. So as long as we don't touch anything, we should be okay. All right, let's do this. Let's get into the Glam Shop Swatch Fest. Now, for any of you that haven't met me, I'm sorry. But for any of you that haven't met me, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, not a professional camera technician. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos that won't start like this. Let's just get into this. So you guys know I did a Glam Shop swatch party and immediately fell in love. We played with one of the holos. I had some of the turbo pigments. We had some of the marble shades, and it was just love at first swatch. I think we've all been going gaga over all of these beautiful shadows. And of course, I had to place another order. I, of course, placed the order right when the new holos came out. Everybody was so excited. I did get the entire new set. I didn't get the originals just because there wasn't anything that was like screaming to me. I think I did get one of them, but I did want the new ones. I mean, hello, there was one called Rose Gold. You guys knew I was probably going to snag that. So I got that. I got a couple palettes. I got some more shadows to fit in. I also got one of the Glam Shop palettes. I was trying to fill it up, but I forgot that I put my marbles in a different palette. So I have 7 empty spots for 7 lucky Glam Shop winners on some day. But tonight we're going to go through all of the new things that I got, all of the palettes. We'll swatch those. We'll swatch the new marbles, and we're going to have a good time. So I need to look over to the chat and say hi to everybody that has been a trooper. For anybody that is checking this on the replay, I'm going to put timestamps down so that you can pass all of the tech issues. You can pass all the chit chat if you don't want to see it and you just want to see the sparkle. Okay, so let's see who's in here. Of course, we have some of the squad. We've got Stephen Ford, Rupi Minhas. Thank you guys so much. Betsy's in here. Hey, babe. Thank you, Jeremy. He's reminding everybody to thumbs this up in support of my crazy evening. Thank you to Maria from Nightstar Beauty. Let's see. Kieran, you made it. When you messaged me that you were going to be late, I was like, girl, me too, but I didn't have time to message you that. Anara, hey, it's so funny. We were just chatting about all of our lovely shadows. Oh, we've got Megs from the Painted Lip. Hello, hello. So lots of people here ready to see these swatches. So I apologize if the camera isn't going to be the best, but I did the best that I could. And this way, I'm going to be able to zoom up real close for you guys. So that should be good. All right. So let's get into this. Now, I thought what I would do is let you guys decide what you want to see swatched first. Oh, hey, Tori. Tori had to go stare at a deer in the front yard. I would probably be doing the same thing. We've been getting turkeys a lot, which is kind of crazy. Hey, Molly, thank you for hopping in. So I'm already getting hot. So the scrunchie's coming out. I did brush my hair before this, not that you know it now, because I've been whipping it back and forth before I got started. Okay, so we're going to do the swatch party, and then we'll go ahead and apply some shadow to these eyeballs. I have no makeup on. I didn't even have time for the brows, so we're just coming au naturel. So let's see here. I have 4 palettes. I did get the Paprika Palette and the Cytrynada Palette. And when I opened these up, I was speechless. Like, these look so pigmented. I have not touched anything. You guys know when I'm doing a first impressions, I literally wait to touch anything unless I accidentally dig a fingernail into it. But I literally wait to touch anything until I'm with you guys. So let's go ahead and open these up. So the sleeves do match the palettes. So I'm just going to give you guys a peek at these, and then we can decide if we want to do those first. So you guys know I love the ColourPop Honey palette, and I feel like this is like that on steroids. It is like a yellow and gold lover's dream. This is so pretty. I'm like having to use the laptop like a little while later, so I'm hoping that this will work. So you guys can see now, if you have gotten shadows from Glam Shop before, you'll know that they come in that beautiful like little clamshell, and it has foam protecting each shade. This comes the same way. Every single shade was protected by foam, and then it had that little like plastic piece over the top. So they do a really good job, considering that these came all the way from Poland, and I had none of them, like even with a tiny little fleck of, you know, disaster, other than I did dig my finger into this one. Of course, it's like dirty camel. We were just meant to be one, and my finger just got right in there. So this is, like I said, I mean, the boldness of these colors. And I have not used any of the Glam Shop mattes before, so I'm really excited to try these out. Hopefully, I tell you what, if they're as good as the shimmers are, we're going to be in for some fun. The other one that I got, the Paprika Palette, this is all these beautiful, like red. We got some orange in here, definitely a wonderful spicy palette. So I'm totally digging this. Molly's saying that the mattes are shockingly good. I'm going to try to pull up while I'm here. I'm going to try to pull up my StreamYard now. My computer was like going really slow, and I'm wondering if it was because it was dying. So I have those to show you. And then of course I did get a couple more marbles to do as well. Just because this way, you guys, I could like highlight your comments. So I want to be able to do that if I can. Yeah, okay, we're good. Awesome. Just a moment. The computer's giving me sass. Okay, so then I did get a couple of the marbles. I got these two here, which I will pull out for you guys. So I did get Swindle, and I got this one because of Betsy Gotcher. She was swatching it. I think she swatched it in her video, and she also swatched it for me on Marco Polo, I believe it was. And I was just like, oh, which one is that? I need that one. That one looks really pretty. And then we have Mirage, which is the like tealy shade. So these are both super pretty. We'll go through those as well. I do have to let you guys know, I did just edit today a video using this guy right here, that Nightmare shade, I believe it is. So that will be coming soon in my tips on wearing blue eyeshadow video. If it's not up tomorrow, it'll be up Thursday, and that one is used. You guys know I was like really excited to get into those. So we're going to swatch those. We also have, I think one of these hollows I had, you can see the one that's got the dip in it, but I have the 4 new shades and then also one of the previous launches. And then we have some more pretties. So it was so funny. I was messaging with Inara on Instagram, and I was like, okay, I just opened my Glam Shop order, and I'm not allowed to get any singles of like rose goldy, peachy, champagne-y shades for a long time. Unless the Divina launch has one in it, then that doesn't count, because we all know we're all waiting for the new Divina launch. So that is going to be what we're working with tonight. So you guys let me know what you guys want to see first. Do you want to see the hollows? Do you want to see my new pigments? Do you want to see the marbles? Do you want to see the palettes? I'm going to check on the chat and get right back. So let me know what you guys want to see. I feel like I'm way behind here. Rupi, you cut yourself off. Good girl. We can hold each other accountable. So I think, so Rupi, you and I both placed our orders the day before the sale happened, right? Like we placed our orders, yay hollows, and then the next day the sale and the 2 new palettes came out. Breaking my heart so bad. Okay, so Ruby, I felt the same way. And I got this palette, and then I actually got a couple palettes on Kendra Morgan's recommendation. So she just posted a video on empty palettes. So if you guys aren't following Kendra Morgan Official, I would check that out because she's obviously like the single shadow queen, and gave her view on palettes from like a little bit higher end to all the way down to like super cheap Shop Miss A ones. So you could check that out. Swatch the palettes first. Everybody's saying the same thing. All right, we'll go with that. So you guys know I'm going to go with the yellow palette first, Cytrynada. I'm so excited for this. Okay, there's nothing that's going to make me feel better than swatching some pretty eyeshadow. So we have 9 beautiful shades, and it looks to be that we have 3 mattes, and the rest are shimmers and pressed pigment. So let's get the good old wipes at the ready. All right. So the first shade is Yuzu. So this definitely has like a bluey gold shift, I would say. Ooh, that's really shifty. You guys can see it almost better on my phone than my camera. That's really pretty. It's got that like green blue shift. It kind of reminds me of one of the Divina shades. Maybe we'll have to take a peek and look. Oh, but it's like micro fine. I just made the mistake of like swiping my hand, and it is all over. Please stand by. Time for a makeup towel already. All right. I'm using my Katie Jane Hughes towel. I'm so sad. It's like, that's what these towels are for, is to like clean stuff, but I don't know what I thought I was going to do, hang it on the wall. All right, then we're going to go into Cytrynada. Oh, this is not a matte. This is actually like a shimmer. So it's definitely shimmery, but not like super sparkly, but very, very pretty. This is probably going to be where some of the pronunciation stops. Then we have the one that's next on the top row that starts with a W. Wow. And I would say that these are coming up pretty true to color. Sometimes you never know with the white balance on an iPhone. Bergamot, I do know how to pronounce that. That's this. This is like Dirty Camel got a suntan. So pretty. Now, obviously, you know, swatches don't always mean the performance, but if they apply the way that they're swatching, I'm going to be pretty happy, you know, if all the mattes are like that. Okay, so Limita or Limetta, that's definitely a little bit more powdery matte. But definitely pigmented. Wow. Okay, so then we have Limoniata. This is really pretty. This almost gives me the vibes of the, oh, who is it that makes, I have a yellow that's almost like this. That's actually called Lemonade. That is really pretty. I must be getting more excited as we go along because my swatches are getting bigger and bigger. All right, then our next shimmer is definitely like a shifty duochrome that hopefully you guys will be able to see. So I'm going to turn this down so that maybe we can, I just don't want these to blow out too much. Hello, Barbie Vlogs. So you guys aren't quite seeing the little bit of shift that has. It's not like super shifty, but it does have a little bit of like a brown to green. And then Citron, this is a, I would say like a goldenrod that has a pink reflect to it. Stephen, I have not stated the prices of these palettes. In all honesty, that's what I sat down to do when I plugged in my camera was get all the prices up. And then when I realized that my camera wasn't working, I sort of went into panic mode. But they were, I believe, 18 euros. And so it really depends on the daily exchange rate of the euro to the US dollar if you're in the US. So these were like 13 or 18. They were on sale. They are still on sale. And the last I checked, both of these palettes are still in stock. So we have Pomelo. That's this one right here. This one is so pretty. That's like a really nice copper shade. I mean, it looks like I turned up the saturation. It looks like I took a thumbnail and then like jacked the saturation up. Wow. That is really amazing. Yes, for sure. Yes, for sure, Molly. And that's why when everyone's like, what shipping did you pick? I was like, the cheapest. I picked the cheapest shipping. I can't do express shipping. It just kills my heart. Like when you're going to pay, you know, 20 some dollars in shipping. Oof. All right. Tequila Sunrise, you say, babe? All right. Inara says that Paprika and Lagoon are on sale for like 13 euros. I think the Cytrynada was around the same price. So I'm going to wipe these off so that we can go back through. And I definitely like to check out their sales section too, because I got a couple shadows. I'm not sure which ones they were, but I got a couple of the shadows from today for like under like 3 or 4 euros a piece. So, you know, it's definitely a good section to check in case you're, you know, wanting to see if there's anything at a little bit less expensive. But they have a lot of palettes on sale right now. So we will definitely have to use one of these to see how the mattes perform. So if you guys want to run and snag one, you will know what you're getting into. Oop, wrong comment. Okay, yes. I really want the camo one. I want it so bad, especially because it sort of gives me like the vibes of the new Melt Mary Jane, a little different, but like some of those vibes, I was like, ooh, this is like really pretty. Although I'm surprised both Melt and Glam Shop came out with those in the summertime because they're not necessarily to me like summer palettes. But Steven's on showing. So the yellow palette is 1950, obviously in euros. Okay, so let's go through with the Paprika palette. So this one, again, this one looks to have 4 mattes and then 5 shimmers. I thought that this one had 1, 2, 3 shimmers, but it really only has 2 shimmers, or 2 mattes, I'm sorry. So just know that when you get this palette, if you choose this one, you're only going to get these 2 mattes right here. The rest of them are shimmers. All right, so let's go top to bottom. So I'm just going across. So this way, and we'll work our way through. I have a feeling these are going to stain. All right. Wow. That is going to be so pretty. So that was Nostro. This is Picantini. This one's definitely more of like that copper maroon. Has a really pretty pink shift to it. Hey, Kendra. I was just talking about your palette video so that everybody who's buying all these Glam Shop shadows has somewhere to place them into. So Pebrinsky, this is one of our mattes. This one is more like a, almost like a, it's a little dusty, like dusty colored. So not dusty like shadow, but it's that like dusty red. It's not like a true red. There is a true red in here. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Okay, then we have the shade Salsa. This is right up my alley. This is like a pinky corally. This one's a little bit harder pressed. Whoa. Oh, you guys can see the shift there. It's like got that like really pretty fiery shift. Okay, so Paprika. This is a beautiful orange. I mean, whoa. Whoa and a half. Tabasco. This definitely has a nice little pinky shift, like pink to gold. Very pretty. All right, gotta clean, gotta clean. And then chili, which is the like more like true fiery red. Just want to have dry fingers here. So for anybody that is hopping on, this brand is based in Poland. So that's why all the prices are coming up in euros. Shipping takes about 20 business days, and I would say that's right on the mark. That's about exactly when I've gotten mine, and this is Piri Piri. And I've just used the regular Polish shipping. I haven't paid extra for the UPS shipping. And just know that if you use the Polish shipping, you do basically lose tracking once it gets outside of Poland. And then this last shade, Carmel Ziowani. We're going with that. We're all going to have to learn Polish just so we can pronounce all these shades. So here is, wow. That is pretty amazing. Betsy says if you use UPS, it takes about a week. For that price, it should. That's all I'm going to say, Betsy. All right, this is really pretty. I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited for both of these. Laguna is the other one that Inara was talking about, and that one is more of your like obviously aqua blues. Woo, we're gonna look like we got a major sunburn. This is like the only time I use makeup wipes is when I'm doing like a major swatch party. The last time I used the Glam Shop shadows, the one that I swatched that was a hollow, stayed on my hand for like 2 days, you guys. It was crazy. Okay, so those are the 2 palettes. So far, I am very happy. I would like to use one of them tonight, so you'll have to let me know what you guys think is the one you want to see. So, Inara, I would actually say that you definitely have some reds. Like this shade here, the Chili Matte, is like a true red. It's like a fire engine red, so it's not like a blue red, but it's a true red. As far as the shimmers go, I think that the closest you're going to get is that first one that I swatched. The rest of them have enough of like a shift or a sparkle that it isn't like a true red shade. That's funny. All right. So now let's go ahead and I'm going to show you guys the 2 marbles since I'm already making a mess here. Now these marbles are definitely more of that like pressed flaky. So you have 2 or more colors that are pressed together. And we tried it last time on my live, doing it the way that they suggest if you want to see both of those tones by like just pressing it on the lid. What I did was I put glitter glue on my arm and just pressed it in. And honestly, it's kind of like Chunky Monkey. I wouldn't necessarily go for that. So I would recommend just using these as a shadow that you smooth out and get all of the color with. Unless you have like glass-like lids. If you do, and you're like 12 years old and you can get we're going to go with that first like deep mermaidy shade, which is Mirage. This is so pretty. These definitely take a bit of work to use, but the outcome is just so pretty. I mean, like, that looks like laminated. I think that's what I said in the last one, but it just looks like I laminated color onto my arm. It's so, so pretty. Okay, then we have Swindle. Now, the one thing I'll say is if you have shades that you are curious to see, I would definitely recommend looking up some swatch videos. Dr. Ash and her makeup have done some. Betsy did some on her channel. Of course, Millie from Bad to the Brow. Let's see, who am I missing? I always, Marta's Makeup, because I personally think that the shades, the swatches on the website aren't always that true. So here is Swindle. You guys can see, oh, that is so pretty. Wow. And Kieran's saying that Millie from Bad to the Brow did a video on the blue palette, the Laguna palette, I'm assuming, or is there like a deeper blue one? Hey, Lisa. Thank you for hopping in. All right. So like I said, while these take some effort to use, I have really enjoyed them. The video using Nightmare will be up tomorrow. I thought it turned out pretty. For that video, I know that a lot of people were asking for help with wearing blue eyeshadow. So I do like a deep smoky look on one side and like a light, more bright look on the other side. So I think it turned out pretty well. Hopefully you guys will get some like tips and tricks if you are not confident in your blue shadow wearing. All right. So let's go ahead and keep on going with these swatches. What do you say? So I did go ahead and get this Glam box. So this holds, let's see here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16. Must be 32 shadows. Like I said, I have a couple spots that I can put some colors. I chose not to put my marble shadows in with other shadows. And I'm going to show you guys, that is one of the things about this. Now, I have not cleaned out this palette, but I've only used it a couple times. And you can see it's got like eyeshadow shrapnel. So it gets a little messy. So I didn't want to like destroy any of the other shades. So I am keeping them like segregated away from each other. So let's get on into these new shades. Now, I thought for the sake of comparison, just because in case any of you do have some of these like more like peachy ones, I'm going to swatch all of them just so we can kind of compare, even though I did swatch some of them last time. But just in case you have one that I got and you feel like you don't need one of these, because some of them I think look pretty close. So that's what I'm going to do. Yes, 32 is the size that you have too, Betsy. Yeah. All right. So this one is done. she's lived her best life. Okay. So this one I am really excited about. This is Bliscota. I'm going to back up enough just so you guys can see. So it's like Ice Princessy. So pretty. I was realizing that I didn't have any Glam Shop shades that were really, really light. And so I wanted something to be able to play with if I'm like trying to do a full Glam Shop look. So this is super pretty. I would say this leans like into the teal, into purple and gold. You guys can kind of see that, like, wow, so reflective. And that is just a turbo pigment. All right, so this is one that I swatched last time. It has quickly become one of my favorites, and this is Top Nude. So Top Nude definitely has a pinkier base to it. So it's definitely like cooler toned. And then this one here, again, is one that's not new to my collection. This is Zabrina Briscowina. Some of these have the English translation on them and some of them don't. But this one definitely has a peachier base to it. Again, it's so pretty. It's more of like a nude peach. And again, I'm just swatching these so we can see these next to the others that I got that look like they might be quite similar. So if any of you have a favorite shade, you'll have to drop it in the comments. I mean, not that I'm going to go shopping anytime soon, but for the rest of everybody. Oh, Stephen, you know, we just talked about buying things that we need to have. So I don't know if these are neat. I don't want to be anybody's enabler. Okay, so this is a new one to me, and that's why I swatched those first couple. This is Splash, and it's very, very pretty. Anara, I don't know if you have this one, but I was like, oh, it looks like it's going to be a lot like the others, but I think, you know, like I said, it's just like that black pair of heels or black pair of boots. You know that it's different. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a pair of heels that I got on sale because it's pretty close. So it's definitely pinkier than Sabrina Briscovina. That one, I'm gonna have to nail the name of that one because I use this one a lot. So this one is Splash. All right, so then moving on down the line. This one is, I believe, Rose Gold, thanks to Rupee's translation last time. So this one's definitely, I don't really think that that's rose gold. It's more like goldy skin. There you go. You can see the reflect a little bit more there. So those two are pretty close. You guys won't be able to see, but the Splash shade is much more pink and light than the like rose gold shade. We've got recommendations coming up here, so I'm going to share them with everybody. All right, so a new one is, to me, Decorative. This is like a taupey shade. This kind of reminds me of is it a very, very shimmery version of, is it Tiara from Sydney Grace? What is the one that's like kind of that like taupey shade? Man, these are like liquid metals. Oh, speaking of liquid metals, is anybody getting the new Terra Moons? So you can see that one's definitely that like icier taupe. Steven's asking if you could use these as highlighters. Yes, if you want all of that like glitter, because I feel like most of these have glitter to them. And the thing about these is I feel like you really have to like buff them into the skin, either by pressing with your eyelid to warm that up or really like meld it in with a brush or a silicone applicator, because they stay a little bit flaky like pigments sometimes do. All right, another new one is Lacy Pink. And again, when I say new, they're new to my collection. So let's see, Lacy Pink is definitely more, I'm just going to try to like pack it on here so you guys can see a little bit better. So Lacy Pink is more, has a little bit more of a pink shift to it than the one that I just used that I've already forgotten the name of. Oh, Decorative. Because that's definitely more of that like purpley taupe. And then above that is Rose Gold. So it's a little similar. Just kind of peeking here. All right, so this last one that I think will be, oh, we can fit two more on here. We can do it. Okay. This is wine. So it's Wino Muscuage. Wow. So it's this one. I don't even know. You guys probably won't be able to read this. There we go. Just in case anybody wants to get this one. So this one looks really pretty. It almost looks like it has very, very fine copper and like red and gold to it. So you guys can see like it's a little bit shifty because, yeah, like you can see here, it's like that wine into the gold shade. That's pretty. Everybody's saying hi to Mary. Hi, Mary. You have more palettes. I just swatched the 2 that I got, so I can't wait to see the ones that you got. All right. So then we have Archewalny. This might have been one that was in the sale section. I'm just going to put this here in case anyone wants to screenshot. This is a really pretty, just like cool tone bronzy shade. So I think that I have a feeling that both of those were in the sale section, perhaps. I could be wrong. So it's almost like a rosy bronze. Really pretty. Okay, so now we'll move on to, this is, I believe, Rose Sorbet. Okay, here we go. Swatching with the non-dominant hand. It's going to get reckless. So this definitely is another like shifty shade. I kind of want to compare these two. There we go. So you have gold into that like rosy tone, whereas this one has much more like of that rose to violet, but it still has a bit of a gold undertone, like that orange. That's a really pretty one. I'm gonna just pack a little bit more of that one on just so we can see it a little bit better. Very pretty. I like it. Okay, so last time I was on, I swatched this one, Turbowada Kakroa. And I think, Molly, you were talking about having this one, and we were like, oh, it's so pretty, but you don't see what you think you're going to see out of it. I'm wondering if the other shade that I got will. So I'm going to swatch this one. These kind of need a little packing. Plus, I feel like I don't press as hard when I'm using my my left hand. So you can see the difference between those two. The wine one definitely has a little bit more of a darker base. But this new one that I got, Turbo Snap, this one I think is definitely going to show pink. So I wanted to show these 3 side by side. Ho, ho. They look a little bit similar, actually. Oh, no, they don't. No, they don't. Not in person. Maybe they do on this camera, but not in person. Let me build that up. So on the camera, they might look pretty similar, but when I'm looking at them, the bottom one, which is that Turbo Snap, it definitely has a more orange base to it and more of that like UV. I always call it UV because it's like that blue violet shift to it. Whereas this top shade has more of that like shimmer. I'm going to get a little closer so you guys can see. So it definitely has a little bit more flaky feel and a little bit deeper, like deeper reflect to it, I guess I would say. So they are different, which makes me happy. I've got like shrapnel all over. Just taking a moment to stop here and check the chat while I'm swatching. Are we talking about credit cards? That's so funny. And again, if I miss anything in here, you guys just have to like repeat it and I will make sure to keep looking. Sorry. Yeah, Molly, it's a more pink than yellow, which I think is, if that's what you were looking for out of that first one, then this would be a good one to get at some point. Okay, so now we'll move into a couple of the other fun shades that I got. I mean, they're all fun shades. What am I saying? So this is Patinated. It's like a really pretty, like silvery purple. That's very pretty. That one almost reminds me of, it's reminding me of something. So it's a little bit like that shade there, which was Decorative. But it's more of that like true nudie taupe and a little bit cooler, whereas Decorative has that more like, I don't know, like purpley taupe. Just comparing as we go. Okay, so I do want to swatch a couple of these just to show you in comparison. We're going to take Vegas, which I showed last time, so I'm not going to take too much time with this, but I'm going to lay this down just to show next to the other new one that I got. And then we're going to take Laser as well. These are definitely some of those like highly shifty, fun shades. Just so we can see the comparisons here. Laser definitely isn't quite as like chunky, and it has more of that like light base to it, and definitely that like different shift. So then the new one that I got is Zigzag, which I thought looks really pretty. You guys can see that like purple into green, like almost into a blue shift. Any reason to buy a green shifty shade, I'm all about it. Ooh. Wow. So you guys can see this one is Vegas. So then this one, I've already forgotten the name of, Laser. And then this is Zigzag. Wow. Yeah, Mary, I could definitely see you wearing Zigzag. You're a green lover like me. Oh, which shadow are you talking about with this one? I need to know, because whatever dark purple I don't need to doubt, I need that shadow. Another recommendation here. Okay, so then I'm going to do this one again. This is Backs, because I got another like deeper kind of green tone. This one is so pretty. This is like that like really limey shade. Okay, so then I also got Hitoe, which is a like grungier green metal, like metallic. You guys can see that maybe. So you guys can just even see the difference. Like Backs is going to be that much more like limey citrine shade. we're losing our swatching abilities here. That is so pretty. And these ones are all so like creamy. They just feel so creamy and so good. They're so much fun to work with. That does not surprise me at all. All right, so wow. I mean, you guys can see like the marble shades, they definitely have a thicker texture. They have a little bit more coverage to them, but they are a little bit more to work with. I'm talking to my camera like you guys are seeing me out of the camera. Phone, it's the phone. So you guys can see that these are a little bit thicker in pigment. So it depends on if you want like that ethereal, shifty sparkliness, or if you're looking for like true color payoff. That's what you're going to get with the marbles. Now let's swatch some hollows, shall we? So I'm going to show you guys also. Oh, I'm going to look like I have like Tinkerbell skin. Yeah, it's going to be all sparkly, but all of the marbles or most of the marbles, that base stains. So just be aware of that. So we'll take these ones off. Bye, pretties. For Halloween, someone should just dress up with like makeup swatches all over themselves and be like, I'm a beauty YouTuber. that's what I am for Halloween. Okay, I'm just gonna let my arms dry off a little bit so that we will have true swatches of these hollows. Oh no, the base. My Glam Shop base is downstairs. I didn't grab it. You guys will have to let me know if you actually want me to leave to run and go get it when we get to the portion where I am going to put makeup on, because it's downstairs and I forgot it. Otherwise, I'll just do it in a video. So we're somewhat clean. I think I'm just going to swatch the hollows on here so that we can see a better idea. So I did get the Glam Shop Glam Glue to try out because I've heard it's really good. I'm excited to try it. I definitely am in the market for a new like glitter glue or like shimmer shadow primer. So now let's go into, speaking of shimmers, let's go into these hollows. So I already had the Hollow Nasieplo shade. So I'm just going to swatch that one at the top for comparison. Rupi, I am very excited to see your video. If you guys haven't seen, you'll have to check out on Instagram. Rupi did this beautiful look with the blue hollow. I believe is probably the one that you used on your lid. So, so gorgeous. She has pictures of it on her Instagram, but she got all of these. It's going to be great to see those shades on a different skin tone. So I'm very excited. No pressure, but I hope you are going to have that coming out. Okay, so then we have Violet Hollow. Let's go ahead. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? So that we can compare it next to this one, I'm going to do the other two more like natural shades. Let's go through with Sweet Hollow, which has, to me, like, and I know that Dr. Ash said the same thing in her video. To me, it right away looks like it's going to be more rose gold than the actual like rose gold hollow. So if you aren't familiar, these are shadows that actually have tiny micro fine holographic glitter in them. I got so much on there. That's enough to do like 18 eyeballs. So this one, I'll back up so you guys can see the shift a little bit more. So that is Sweet Hollow. I would say that's more of like a light lavendery holographic. Okay, so then we have Rose Gold Hollow, which you guys knew I was going to get. Molly, I'm laughing at this here. Where did I just put that? Girl, I get you. I feel you there. 99 more shadows. Okay, so this definitely has a bit more of a nude feel to it, but I would say that all of these, well, I've only swatched 2 of them, you guys, but all of these new shades are much more of that like very, very holographic. Like look at this first one, unless it's just the one that I got doesn't have as much of the holographic glitters to it, but look at how much more glitter there are in this new launch. Hello, Amanda Wright. I didn't say hi to you. I didn't see you come in. So hi now. All right. So Then we have the lovely, pretty, colorful shades. So I have Violet Hollow, which this one looks really pretty. More of like a smoky purple, which I'm all about. Man, these feel so, so creamy. That is one thing that I will say about these shades though. Oh, you guys, look at that. Oh my gosh. But with these shades, I would say if you have really oily lids, you're going to want to make sure to be using a primer that you find that keeps your shadows from not creasing, keeps your shadows from creasing, because something that has a lot of binder like this is going to have a tendency to crease on the lid. So just be aware of that. All right, now we're going through with Blue Hollow. I wish I'd had this one for my blue eyeshadow video. Wow. So pretty. Yeah, you're right, Molly. It isn't as sparkly like as it is, but man, I don't know if like if I get up closer, it's so sparkly. All right, so then I also have Smash Hit, which I guess is a Turbo Glow. This isn't a hollow. This is a Turbo Glow. It's one that was over in the corner, but it looked so shiny that I thought it was going to be a turbo or a hollow. So we're just going to smash this one. Please no. We're going to swatch this one. Ooh, you guys, I think I maybe saved one of the best colors for last. This is pretty. If you're a like teal seafoam lover, this is like a tealy gray silver. Oh, so pretty. Love it. All right, so we just filled up 4 arms with Glam Shop swatches. Wow, that was a lot. So you guys will have to let me know what you want to see. Is there a shade that you want to see? I thought for sure we would use a palette on one side. So let me know which you want to see. Yeah, I will do that, Stephen. I did lower it a little bit, but let me see if that helps. So this one is not a hollow. I feel like it's one of those things that sometimes you just have to see in person. Also, if I wasn't working on my camera or on my phone, we would probably be doing a little bit better. Yes, somebody is asking about pastel roses. So I would definitely say that the shimmer in the Glam Shop shadows is way, way finer, like undetectable. You don't feel it at all. Whereas the pastel roses shades do feel a little bit more sandy, like gritty. Not necessarily as much on the eye, but if you swatch them or you're using your finger, you will feel it. It's not going to be like irritating, but you can definitely like get that glitter feel. All right. I'm just going to run up through the chat to see what I missed for a second. Everybody is trying to talk themselves or other people out of getting more Glam Shop. Okay, so I'm going to just wipe these off so I don't make a mess everywhere. So I'm probably, unless you guys are like, no, Kelly, run downstairs real quick, I'm just going to wait and I will, I'll do my next video with the Glam Shop base. So my next video that I record, I honestly have a lot that I'm editing tonight that will be up soon. But my next one that I record, I will do with that Glam Shop base, and I'll just throw it in a future like review roundup or something like that to give you guys the deets. I'm going to take a sip of my Fresca. All right, so, whoops, not this one here. Yes, I have the Metalon shades and I really like them. They're just so big. Like, they're just so big. I'm like, I am not going to use that entire shadow in my life, which, I mean, it's a good value, but they are just so big. Whoa. Okay. So what do we think? I think I'm going to use the yellow palette just because some people have asked me about red eyeshadow. So I thought maybe I'd do a red eyeshadow video or like help with wearing reds on your eyes. So I'm probably going to go through with this one. So first, let's load up with some primer. And again, I want to thank everybody for coming on in tonight. So if you guys know me, you know that I always like to have just a little bit of concealer down. I feel like, okay. I was going to say, I feel like we're a little dark, but we should be okay. So we'll do this eye. So I just want to put some concealer in my eye socket area just because I get so dark that I just need that little bit of like coverage, but I don't put so much that it's going to disturb the primer. Oh no, now we're talking about Tammy Tanuka. So I saw Mary Moods and Makeup do her Tammy Tanuka video, and I was like, oh my gosh, those are so pretty. And I went onto the Etsy site, and it was like so overwhelming. It was like going down a rabbit hole, and I just wasn't ready for it. Plus, since most of their things are loose, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I do not have the commitment to like press everything. I know you guys, the painted lip showed some that she had pressed, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I could do that. And I'm like, you're not going to do that, Kelly. So I might have to wait until they have a few more that are like pressed, but they do look so beautiful. So this is just the Urban Decay Eden Eye Primer that I'm popping over my whole lid. And obviously I don't have a lick of makeup on because I knew we were going to be using all the shimmery, sparkly things. But this way I don't have to put on like so much eye primer to try to like cover up my darkness. All right. And I'm just going to take a little bit of light setting powder. I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish and dust this up through the crease, but not onto the lid. Using the Wayne Goss Airbrush. I use this brush all the time. Okay, so let's go in with that really bright shade. I'm going to keep using my Katie Jane Hughes and Spectrum brushes. They are all clean. I have washed them with Beauty Blender Cleanser once, and then I did spot clean a few with Cinema Secrets. And I don't know if it's just from doing the Cinema Secrets or if they're just like really stained, but some of them definitely look like they have color in them, but they don't. So this is the matte yellow in the palette. These are very powdery, but honestly, that like they kick up a lot in the pan, but that doesn't really bother me. Like I think formulas like the Lorac and like ABH kicks up a lot in the pan, you know, but they're really pigmented, so I'll take it. I mean, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that in my unfortunate iPhone camera, but it's looking pretty good. And then, of course, you guys know I'm going to have to go through with that bergamot shade because it's screaming dirty camel to me. Rupi, I hope that the shade shows up on you too. I would think you might have to pack it on a little bit, but I think if you have an eye primer on, fingers crossed, you'll have to let us know. Okay, so taking that bergamot shade. And I'm just going to do like a simple, quick something on this side. I'm honestly mostly in it for the mattes. Oh, what did I? I took one of these comments here, and everybody's knowing that the Mister's home and ready for dinner. So rude. Doesn't he know we're having a swatch party? Just kidding. Okay. So I am just really here to see how these mattes perform. But so far, you guys, I'm liking it. All right, I think I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat in just a minute, and I think I'm gonna go into the Paprika palette, but not yet. So why don't we take a little flat shader? This is the KJH number 12, and I'm gonna take that Lemoniata shade. This is the like really, really bright yellow. That's what it was. It was JD Glow that reminded me. It's the lemonade. JD Glow has a lemonade shade that I think I have, and it kind of gives me those vibes. So I'm just using the Milani Make It Last setting mist. And we're going to try this out. Ooh, she is bright. And again, I am so sorry. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me while I'm on my phone. I will make sure to post pictures of these eye looks so that you guys can see the like true results, not done over 420 streaming. 420, 720. Did anybody get the Mary Jane palette? Hello. All right. This color is so pretty. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, this is like electric yellow. I have a little bit on my lashes, but I'm not going to be mad at it. Okay, so let's try taking that shade. It's a little bit darker. It's the one that had the pink shift to it, Citron. Let me show you guys here. So I have that one. That's the bright one on my lid right now. I'm going to take this one that has that little bit of like pinky shift. And we're going to pop that up into the like upper lid and into the crease. I have so much shadow on this brush. Wow. I was very curious to see how these shadows would perform because I feel like sometimes companies that are known for single shadows can sometimes not be using as good of a formula on their palettes. But so far, I am very, very impressed. Like you guys can see how that just kind of gave that like little shift in tone. It's so pretty. Woo! She's bright. Brightest yellow I own. Okay. I need to kick this like off of my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to take Paprika. Why don't we take this orange shade right here? That one is Paprika. And we're just going to take a smaller brush. This is the 17 brush. You guys, spoiler alert, but I am loving the eye brushes, especially from the Katie Jane Hughes set. I honestly could see, I know that she's going to be splitting up her collection into smaller bits, and I could totally see getting another set of the eye brushes. Holy smokes. Well, if anybody goes and runs out to get these palettes if you don't have them yet, sorry. Wow. Hey, Lucy. Oh, speaking of someone who has quite the Glam Shop collection, you guys, if you aren't following Lucy on her Instagram, she has posted pictures of all of her collection, and it's drool worthy for sure. All right, I'm going to take and wipe some of this away because I'm going to pop a little concealer under the lid, or under the eye, so that we can kind of like keep going with this look. But yes, Betsy, I saw that you said you like a good tiny eye brush. So there are so many good small brushes in this set. Like I said, and it's not that I don't like the larger brushes or the face brushes. I do. I honestly haven't been doing a lot of face makeup. You guys know when I'm going to the salon, I really don't wear makeup other than my eyes. So I just haven't used them a lot yet. So I can't attest to them yet. But I do know that I love the shapes of the eye brushes. So for me, that's been like incredible. Okay. So now I'm going to continue with that orange shade. And I'm just taking that big fluffy, well, it's a little fluffy brush, but big for under the eye. I'm just taking that because I want it really, really blown out. These are so, it's almost like neon. Pretty. Okay. I'm just going to take and buff that out. This is the brush that had that more like goldenrod shade on it. And I'm just kind of buffing that a bit more. All the tiny eye brushes. Okay, so let's hop back into that Cytrynada palette. So the only thing is I wish, because I feel like this color, it's so like shifty. I'm worried that it's going to like not go. I don't think I want something quite that light on my like inner corner. So I'm just going to try this lightest yellow and we'll see how it goes. This one is definitely more of like it's a basic run-of-the-mill shimmer, if I can say that. Like, so shimmers from other palettes where it's got a little bit of sheen, but it's not like super, super bright. It doesn't have quite that like sparkly reflective quality that the others do. So, you know, if you're looking for like megawatt out of this, that's not going to be what you get. I wish that there was one color in here that was a little bit like lighter and brighter, but if that were me, like lighter and brighter and didn't have that like bluey green shift. But if it were me, I would probably just end up using my face highlight to sort of like make up for that. So that's really very pretty. I feel like I'm missing all the chat. By the way, I do always go in the next day or so. And if anybody had any questions or there's anything that I missed, I always go through. And if we're following on Instagram, then I will make sure to get a hold of you and answer your question. Or you can always pop it in the comments of this video, which, by the way, if you guys are liking, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I promise by the next time I do a live, I will probably be ordering a new camera cord because I have a feeling that that's where the issue lies. All right, I'm just going to throw on a little mascara using the Bite Beauty Upswing. You guys know this is one of my favorites. The only thing that I don't like about it is how big the mascara wand is, but I deal with that. I deal with putting my mascara on with a baseball bat for this great formula. And I have almost my entire Sephora VIB sale order to me. I did do a couple different orders just because one very, very expensive item had to ship like ground. And so I was like, well, I don't want that shipping with all my other pretties then. So I ordered it separate, and that should be to me tomorrow or Thursday. So I'll be doing a haul video because let me tell you, I have some fessing up to do. I don't know about all of you. This is so pretty. What do you guys think? While I get this clump out of my lash. Like, that is definitely some of the brightest yellow eyeshadow I have ever worn. Like, you know, I'm going to do a video ranking my ColourPop palettes, and honey, just got booted. So if you like that palette, but you want more from your yellows, this is the way to go. And so for 18 euros, let's see, you're probably looking at $21. That's, I mean, that's pretty good for a 9-pan palette of this quality, I would say. All right. Loving it. Like I said, I will definitely give you guys an update. So let's go ahead and go through with some of these other shadows. Do you guys want to see, do you guys want to see a hollow? Do you guys want to see some of the other turbo glows? Let me know. More than 2, less than 10 is the answer to that question. Oops. Sorry, Anara. Yes. So, Stephen, it is true that they're going to release some smaller sets. Katie's kind of mentioned it. I have a feeling they're probably going to do maybe like a face set and an eye set, just to kind of like split it up. I would say if they do an eye set, this would be perfect for anyone that has smaller or hooded eyes, for sure. Aw, baby, you are my sunshine. We want to see them all. Everybody's like, all. Okay, well, why don't, I wish I could use all of them, but I don't know if I could use like, I think in this order, I ordered like 12, 18, something like that, but we will use at least one hollow and one of the other, like at least one of the other shifty shades. So let's see. So I know, Rupi, you did blue. You did the blue hollow. What are you going to do, blue again, or are you going to do a different color? Because I want to do a different color than you. You can talk to me about that while I put concealer on this other eye. Because everybody's going to have to go see Rupi's video because she's amazing, basically. So by the way, I'm using the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer. I do really like this one. These shadows make me so happy. I did not order any eyeshadows from the Sephora sale because honestly, there's nothing that I am interested in right now. The only thing, I would really like to try a Nomad Cosmetics palette at some point. And I feel like we've all been hearing about the Temptalia and Sydney Grace collab for like since 2019. So I'm like, is that coming or no? Like, I want to see it. So I just can't see buying a lot more like eyeshadow. I feel like I'm pretty set for a while now. Granted, I say that Glam Shop is going to release some beautiful palette tomorrow just because I said that. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of glitter glue on my eyeball. Sorry, I'm trying. Okay, so I'm going to use the purple then. Why don't we? because Ruby said she's going to do a more neutral look and maybe do rose gold. And purple is, you know, not something that I always go towards, but I really do like this one. So that's going to be what we use. I'm saying it. Okay. So now that I've got that on the lid, you guys know I am not team fingers. I am team spatula. So I'm going to take my silicone applicator here and take that shade. So we're going to go in with the purple hollow, or violet hollow, excuse me. Now, last time I applied this with the one that I had from before, I did not use a glitter glue. And honestly, I thought it turned out really nice. So I'll let you guys know if I feel like the glitter glue makes a difference here. I could see it making a difference as far as the longevity of it. Whoa. And a little definitely goes a very long way with these. She's very, very pretty. I don't honestly feel like I'm seeing as much of the reflect though with these darker shades. Like with this one, I don't feel like I see as much of the shine. Maybe I need to use my finger to like push it in. Did that like make it more shiny? I don't know why I put concealer under my eye. I feel like that did bring out the sparkle just a little bit. I don't know. These are very pretty, but I think that I prefer a more like shifty sparkle, like a more like actual like shimmery, glittery sparkle. I'm going to grab some mattes here. So we're just going to take out the Samantha March and Ofra collab since it's right here in my drawer. And I think that these mattes will go really well with this. Hey, Liz, didn't see you hop in. Just kind of peeking at everybody. Okay, we're going to keep going. So let's see. I feel like I'm starting to run out of brushes. No, we're good. So like I was saying, I did clean these. So this did have a dark, like emerald green shade in it. I did clean it with Cinema Secrets. It didn't come fully clean. So we'll see when I like, it doesn't have any like actual color to it, but it did stain. So I'll be curious to see when I use the Beauty Blender cleanser, if it actually stained, or if it's just that the Cinema Secrets just didn't get it all out. So I'm just taking these mattes to kind of give us a little something to play with. You guys, I know I did my live using this collab, and this palette swatched kind of ho-hum, but I've really been enjoying the colors that are in this palette. So if you are like a mauve and purple lover, it is a nice like travelable palette, because man, I hope that we're able to do that again soon. So I'm going to work this dark shade up a little bit higher because I'd like to see if I can layer something over this. Okay, so I just wanted to have a little something to lay down to then put a little something shifty above that shade. Hold on, please stand by. We got a little fallout from our hollow. Hollow. I'm gonna take a little Bioderma here. All right, I'm gonna come back to the inner corner, but I just got a bunch of fallout, which is probably not to be surprised. So what should we put above this? Should we try this? Like, yeah, let's do this one. This is that zigzag. That's gonna be green though. Screw it, we're doing it. So we're going to put zigzag up above that just to play. Anymore, I'm just like, put all the shimmer on. I don't care where it goes. On my brow bone, in my crease, on the lash line, whatever. Yeah, I have to say, I think I'm just more of like a shimmery, shifty girl than a hollow girl. But if you guys can see that, let me grab that brush. I don't know if you'll even be able to see it. What a shame. But it definitely, like if I can catch the shift. If you guys can see that. So pretty. Cover my face in shimmer and hollow. Yes, exactly. That is what I want to do. Okay, so let's take one of these light shades. Like maybe, I'm going to just pop a little bit of concealer back down, but I'm going to take that really light, almost like taupey purple shade. Let me pop this concealer back down here. I just get such dark inner circles, especially like your inner eye, especially this time of year. I don't know if any of you else feel like you're dying because of your allergies right now, but that's part of why my eyes are so red right now. And I'm just trying to like, I'm just trying to be kind to them. Okay, so let's take, ooh, okay, you guys tell me, should we take that new light shifty shade that I got? Or I was thinking maybe this one would be pretty too. This is patinated. Oh! No! You guys! There is no more patinated. I mean, it's all over every other shadow here in my palette. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, well, we're not going to use that one. I'm going to have to clean that one up. So we're going to go in with this one. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to repress that one because that was really pretty. Oh, the pain of it all, the pain of it all. It just hit upside down onto all of my other shadows and just shattered everywhere. Everywhere. This is when you wish you could have one of those slow-mo moments where it's like, no. But, oh well, it's just eyeshadow. So I'm trying to pick up some of this lightest shade on this little Katie Jane Hughes brush. So this has a lot more gold background. I mean, it's probably not what I would normally use with this look, but we're just going to run with it. You guys can see that shade. I feel like even on my DSLR, a lot of this just never shows up right. I don't know. I'm not like loving that. I'm going to see if I have something that I can like put over this one. Oh, the patinated is all over everything. Okay. I am going to take, maybe I can get a little bit of it. Just for kicks and giggles, we're just going to take patinated and go over the top of this one just to see what it looks like. Because I feel like I want something that's not quite so like light, like gold. Oh yeah. See, this would have been perfect. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to repress this shadow because it is beautiful. It's all over my face right now, but can you guys see that? I'm sorry that I can't actually see what I'm showing you, but that is a really, really pretty color. So patinated will be repressed. Have no fears. That's what I'm doing right after this. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I know I just keep saying, okay, I'm just kind of tortured by that shadow moment. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of this darkest shade in the Samantha March collab, Life's a Draft palette, and we'll run that under the lid, or under the eye. I just need a shadow brush. Let's just take a little smudger. This is a Sigma. It's not a Katie Jane Hughes. And I'm going to put a little bit of that in the outer V too. All right. I'm going to very carefully set these. I don't even know if I can show you guys. There you go. There's the horror of it all. So I'm going to set that on the ground so I can take care of that later. Man, okay. So let's get some mascara on. I wish that you guys could pop things up like, and I could hear like a boop if it's like something that's like, Kelly, we need to ask you this right now. It would be so helpful. Like pop-up video on MTV. Does anybody remember that? We're also going to take a moment to wash out some of the like flecks from that patinated. Don't watch if eye drops bother you. That should be a little better. It was just from that like looseness on the brush, but I just wanted to see what it looked like to see if it was going to be worth it. So all in all, I have to say, other than the delicacy, but we all know that like your super shifty, shimmery, pretty shadows are going to be pretty soft. I have not been disappointed by a single Glam Shop shadow yet. Like, I feel like they all are so pretty. The one thing is, like I said, you do want to do your research a little bit and watch some swatching videos because they do look a little different than they do on the website, I personally think. So I don't know if it's just me, but I'm always like, I saw that on so-and-so's video and it didn't look quite like that. So I feel like that is definitely, not that they're like making them look better. I actually think that sometimes in person they look better. They just look so different. Like there are a couple shades that I never would have bought if I hadn't seen them on someone else's arm, you know? So definitely do your research, especially if you're going to pay bigger prices to be getting some of these shadows. So now we're going to slap a little makeup on the rest of our face so we can feel a little bit more put together. And I'm just taking a little bit of Bioderma to clean up that spot right there. Okay, so what should I use? I ordered the LYS foundation in the Sephora sale, but I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm really excited to get that very, very much. I think I'm going to use this Pure Cosmetics. This is the 4-in-1 tinted moisturizer. I got this in BoxyCharm and I was very pleased by it. I do think I'm going to have to add a little bit of MAC Face and Body to it because it's a little bit light. And so my MAC Face and Body shade is darker than what I am. So I have N5 in the MAC Face and Body because I got this when I was on vacation, or like right after. Like it was literally a few days after I got back from a vacation. And so I just need to like blend some of this in. Now, there is no brush in the Katie Jane Hughes set that I would ever use for foundation. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the Artiste brush. And I think I just had a little bit of dried foundation drop down. Now, the nice thing about not having my eyebrows done is I can just go ahead and like put all of this on. You guys know me. I am not very often someone who puts face on after eye makeup. But when you're working with especially anything that's like flaky, I just do it. But then I have to remember like, oh yeah, I have makeup on my eyeballs. And then we'll go ahead and go through. Do you guys remember the Makeup Forever pressed powder foundation? It was like all the rage, and then you don't hear anybody talk about it anymore, but I do really like that one. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that, if I can find it in here, over the top. So this one, this matte velvet skin, I do really like this. So I'm just actually going to use this to give myself a bit more coverage in the areas that I need it. And just to kind of like seal the deal, so to speak, just over my pigmentation. And then I'm just going to take a larger, fluffier brush and go through the rest with the same powder. But you guys can see even through that powder foundation, that tinted moisturizer has a really nice, like, healthy glow to it. What? Rupee? Oh my gosh. Is it because you forgot, or is it because you like just were like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be brave, be bold. That's craziness. I'm going to need a little bit more. Oh, we're talking a little bit about Bernovich. That is, so Rupee, what would you say? Like, do you like Bernovich or Glam Shop better? Be kind for all of us that are here and have bought so much Glam Shop. What should we use? Get out a little LYS, shall we? Let's get out the Motivate Matte Bronzer. This I am going to use a Katie Jane Hughes brush. This is the Duo Fiber number 4. So let's see, just to kind of tell you guys a little bit about what's coming up. Hopefully my 1,000 subscriber giveaway is going to be coming up soon. By the way, I realized that I haven't announced the winners from the little secret giveaway in the Samantha March video. I will be doing that tonight, right after this. I'll make sure to do that. I just haven't drawn it yet. It just sort of like got away from me. So I apologize for that, but I will be announcing that on Instagram. But I do have another announcement as of what is going to go in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway that'll be going on Instagram too, because we hit that next number. I said that for every 25 subscribers that I got, I was going to show another item in the giveaway box. So I will be posting that tomorrow as well, because we're at like 60 something, 960 something. And then at 975, there'll be another one. And then at 1,000, we'll do the big video. So that's going to be coming soon. I have that like tips on blue eyeshadow look coming soon. I have some lash tips for like people who are new to wearing lashes. That one is going to come soon. So I have lots of things on the editing block, so to speak. It's coming soon. I just haven't had time to edit it. So now we're going to go ahead and go through, because I've been talking about this to everybody. Let's go ahead and go through with the Shiseido Minimalist Whipped Blush. Molly O'Hara is responsible for me buying this. These are so cool. If you guys are looking for a different blush to add to your cart during the Sephora sale, I highly recommend these, especially if you like a bit more of a here we go. I was going up to my camera. If you like something that's a little bit more of that, like, not super sheeny blush, but that still has like a creamy blendable workability. So this is the shade Sayoko. I believe they consider this like a red. But this is like whipped powder. Like it literally is whipped powder. And I mean, it like becomes part of your skin. It's so, so good. This, by the way, is the 03 brush from Spectrum. I mean, it's seamless. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I definitely wanted to get another one during the sale, but you guys, I just went and bought the Salt New York Spring Blush Duo. There was that like tangerine and the lilac shade. I cannot remember. I don't think that they're calling it tangerine, but it's like an orange and the lavender. Oh, so I just got those and I'm like, okay, I also ordered a couple other blushes during the sale. The haul will be coming soon, but I'm like, okay, you don't need another blush, but this is so pretty. If you have wanted to have something that blends as easily and looks as seamless on the skin as a cream blush, but you maybe have oily skin and you don't want something that's super sheeny, these are really beautiful. They're so, so pigmented. They will last a really long time. I think that they are a very good price for what you get. So definitely hop on that. And then let's go through with a bit of a highlighter. What shall we use? I really haven't gotten anything recently. You know what I'm going to do? Let's go through. What shall we do? Ugh. I haven't pulled out Wayne Goss in a while, you guys. Let's go through with a Wayne Goss. I'm just going to go through with the shade in here that's blushing. And then we'll go through with a number 8 brush. So this is the brush that Katie put 2 of in her collection because it's so like universal. I mean, you can use it for concealer. You could use it for blush. You could use it for contour. You could use it for highlight like I'm doing now. And so it's a brush that I'm so glad that she put 2 of in because I'm going to use it for everything. And if you guys know me, you know I love using small brushes for blush, for everything, for bronzer. Like this would even be a little bit too small for me for bronzer, but it is what I prefer. So pretty. I wish you guys could see this like in a little bit better light. But again, I'll make sure to post on the gram. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this up underneath my brow bone on both sides. Very gently, trying not to transfer the yellow to over to this side. I really like that. Let's give it a bit of a spritz with the same spray. We'll just use the Make It Last from Milani. And I'm going to pull out a brow product that has been in my collection. And it's like, oh my gosh, does anybody even use this one? This is the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. Do you guys remember this? Like, everybody was so excited when it came out, and people really haven't been, like, it kind of was around for like 3 days and left. But I actually really like this because it's matte. Whereas like the actual Dip Brow had a bit of a sheen. Like if you put it on full pigment, it had that like sheen to it. And brows, like brow hairs, you don't want them too shiny. And this I really like to just run through. It's definitely more pigmented than like Gimme Brow or something like that. But I do really like, I really like how easy it is to work with. So I'm just wanting a little bit of color from this. But I need to use this up in my collection. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to pull this out. It's easy to just like whack through for a bit of color and a little bit of hold. It was so funny. I was Marco Poloing with Stephen Ford, and I was putting on my brows with Gimme Brow, and he like came back and he's like, Kelly, hold on. I think I've been using brow gel wrong. He's like, you're like kind of like putting it in like tip first, and I just usually like sweep it through. I'm like, oh, no. I use it to like actually lay down product like onto my skin to fill in my brows. So that's what I'm doing with this is I'm not just putting it on my hairs. I'm actually like tapping it down to the skin so that some of that product gets dispersed. But I mean, a very quick, easy, nice, like defined brow. Not like so defined, but it's going to last a lot longer than powder. And I feel like it sort of looks like somewhere between powder and like original Dip Brow. I really like it. I don't even know if they make it anymore because I don't hear anybody talking about it, but I do really like it. Now let's do some lips. I'm just going to check to make sure. Well, Rupi, you have like, I mean, I think brow hairs are shiny, but when you put product into your brows, then they look extra, extra shiny usually. And that just like, I think makes it look a little bit more unnatural. Oh, Molly, you are still here. I'm like, yeah, Molly made me buy it. We're probably all at some point going to have to do a Molly made me buy it video. All right, lips. I know what I'm going to use. So this is going to be the like video of things that no one talks about anymore. So let's go through with my tawny pencil, just because this is part of my like shop my stash, got a project pan it. And I just want it on like the outside. It's like almost my lips, but better. I really, really like this shade. And then I'm going to go through with this House Laboratories. This is the shade Venus. And no one talks about these glosses. I really like these glosses. This shade is so pretty. It's just this like basic bitch peachy pink nude situation, but I really, really like it. And you know, House is available on Amazon. You can get it on their website, and they have sales all the time. Although I have to say, you guys, if I hadn't just done the video on it, I would be putting on the Ofra and Samantha March glosses. I am loving those so, so much. I mean, look, I think that that color is really pretty. I did load quite a bit on, but I think it looks very, very pretty. So you guys will have to let me know what you think too. And I'm going to try to like, so that you guys can see the shift of these shadows, but these ones here, if you don't have patinated, you should get it because it's very pretty. I am so very happy that I got these palettes. Like if you were sitting on it, I feel like the mattes are a very, very good quality. I am happy to have these. I feel like it was a great deal. The hollows I like. I just feel like I like more of the like super shifty shiny versus the like holographic glitter, but that's just me. But they are going to be a lot of fun to play with. I'm just more of that sparkly girl. So I am just checking here to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Bye, Steven. If you are leaving, I see everybody saying bye. So first of all, thank you guys so much for coming on, even though we're hanging out here on my phone and we sort of had a chaotic start to this, but I just still wanted to sit down and swatch some eyeshadows for you guys. So I hope it was helpful for you. Again, I definitely recommend these. I think that they are worth the money, even with the exchange rate to the US dollar. I think that these are still a good deal. And I like that they don't chintz out. You still get some really high quality fun shades. Like this Paprika palette had some shades that were a little bit shifty still, you know, like more unique shades. So definitely not just like your basic run of the mill shades. I am definitely going to have a lot of fun with these Glam Shop shadows. I am going to try to hold off. I'm not going to order for a while because we know they just launched those palettes. Lord knows what they're going to bring us for summer and fall. So if you are going to shop though, if you haven't before, you have my blessing. Go for it. Go. I definitely recommend. Like I said, there's nothing that I've tried yet that I have been disappointed in at all. So I want to thank you guys again. Please like this video if you enjoyed hanging out tonight. Don't forget the 1,000 subscriber video will be coming up soon. And if you aren't already subscribed or following over on Instagram, make sure to do that because I will have extra entries for my Instagram followers as well. I'm very excited. I've been curating a fun little bundle of some fun things, some of my favorites, some things that make me happy, and I can't wait to share it with one of you. So thank you guys so much for hanging out on this Tuesday night. Have a great one. I will talk to you all very soon. Thanks again. Bye.